Hello there, this is DBT, and this Art of Rooms. And alright, let's play some more Asphalt 9 on the Switch. And this is the second part of the auxiliary video that I did a little bit ago. Playing the career now, I said a little bit ago because I don't know when this is going live, but by the time I'm recording this, it's actually right away. It doesn't matter. The point is that we're gonna continue doing some career. Last time we finished the Class S Elite. Now we have some selection to do over here. We could do Hyper Rome, we could do Master Class S or French. I want to actually have a look at French because I think that is where I'm gonna have a little bit of problems. Let's see how much we can advance over there. Oh, right away with the DSE10s. In the previous video I was talking about how this particular season I don't think I'll be able to get too far into it, or maybe I don't know, halfway there, but I'm missing some of the French cars that are featured in this game. I have the DSE10s and I have the Genty Aquilon, and that's it. I don't have the Chiron yet. I don't have the Citroen GT or whatever it's called, and I don't have the, what's the other one that I'm missing? There's another one that I'm missing. I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, so I don't think I have the cars that I need. At least I'm sure the game is gonna be needing me later in this same season to be using the Chiron, which I don't have. At some point I will get, but man, that car, like I was mentioning in that other video, wow, I could do all that without drifting. Interesting. The Chiron, it's a car that, I don't know, I think it had a relatively welcoming special event back when, but by the time I started playing it, the Chiron has been a car that is kind of difficult to acquire, because first you need to be at garage level 18, which obviously you do over time, you get there over time, so I'm not saying that's impossible or anything, but it definitely takes you quite a while. And then at that point, the blueprints start showing up on the store, on the Legend store, whatever is the official name of that thing. But 95% of the time when it's being sold in there, it's for tokens. Normally a car, you know, based on the garage level that you have, it unlocks some blueprints for newer cars, right? Like I think at 16 it unlocks something like the blueprints for the Huracan, which is great and all, but by the time you reach tiers or level 16, yeah, they will start showing up, but they will most likely be showing up for tokens. Only when you reach the level after that, meaning 17 or whatever is the case, then they start showing up more often for credits. Now I mention all of this because the blueprints for both the Genty Aquilon and the Bugatti Chiron, they are at tier or level 18, and there's no level 19, so then they most of the time show up for tokens rather than for credits, and that is why I don't have blueprints for those things. I mean, I do have blueprints, but it just takes me forever. Fortunately, the Genty Aquilon, I was able to get a lot of blueprints for that thing thanks to, oh, the Peugeot Onyx. I see. So yeah, this is indeed pretty much, it shows you what I have and what I don't have. So the Genty Aquilon, I would also be in a situation close to the Chiron, where where I would not have it, only, you know, slowly getting some blueprints. But I actually managed to get this car because last year on the Switch there was a burst of speed, and one of the main cars featured was the Cyan. In the other side it was the I don't remember what was the other one, because honestly I didn't care. All I cared was about the Cyan. So I spent that dumb amount of tokens. I had been saving tokens for a while, so I spent pretty much, I think spent them all trying to unlock the Cyan, and I did unlock the Cyan, which was great and all. But as a side effect, because there were in those packs, the Cyan was one of the feature. It was the main car featured, but it had other cars, and amongst them it was the Genty Aquilon and the Porsche 911 GT3 RS and the Terzo Millennio, the Lambo Terzo Millennio. So that pack was amazing for me because A, I could get blueprints for the Terzo Millennio, which obviously you can get through the store also, but you know, it takes forever and they're very expensive for 4,000 red tokens, or trade coins as they're actually named. Yeah, it's a lot if you want to do it naturally. So it was great. I got the Terzo like a 3 stars or something from there. I also got the Genti or Genti Aquilon at 3 stars. I got the Porsche 911 GT3 RS like at 4 stars. Because again, I bought so many of those packs just to unlock the Sienna. And I did unlock the Sienna at 1 single star because that card needed like 80 blueprints or something to unlock. But I did get it. And like I said, the objective was that car. And thanks to it, I also got a bunch of blueprints for the Genti. Only recently, I was able to take the Genti at 4 stars thanks to an epic Grand Prix that happened for the Genti. Was it epic? I don't know what it was. But yeah, over there I got something like another 20 blueprints or so. That was pretty dope. So yeah, that's how. And then very few blueprints that I have bought over time in the store when they rarely show for credits. So yeah, that's how I managed to get this thing to 4 stars. But as you can see, the Chiron, it's still pretty far away from me to being from. It's pretty far. I'm very far from being able to unlock the Chiron still. I also mentioned in the previous video that I believe in the festive season, which is 2 seasons from now, in the Switch version, there's gonna be some event for the Chiron where I think you will be able to get some blueprints. Probably not a whole lot of them. You know how Gameloft is nowadays, where special events only give you very little blueprints for the cars that are featured, and more because it's a rerun. It's a modified rerun at that, so I think it does give you very few. Oh, that was that? All right, sure. It's gonna give me probably not a lot of blueprints, but hey, at this point, any amount of blueprints is better than no blueprints, and that's not me just bending to Gameloft's terrible plan of just giving you scraps, but you know, at this point, you just take what you can get. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna continue using my Genti or Genti because yes. And if you missed the previous video where I did this, I was doing the career. I was talking about, or I explained that I'm doing the career. I'll give you a brief explanation. I'm doing the career, and it's important for me to do it right now. I'm at the end of the electric season because, again, in 2 seasons from now, there's gonna be a change happening in the game where they change how the career works. And right now, you can do career races even if your car, the car that is required, or any car really, even if they are underranked, it's alright. The game lets you. It's like, it gives you a warning like, hey dude, your car is not good enough for the race. You sure you want to do it? And you go like, yes, and you can still do it. And because of how this game is, the ranks and the skill levels and whatnot, even with underranked cars, you can still beat the races. It's fine. Most of the times, unless you have... it's a crazy situation where you're really underranked or whatever. But the point is that it's doable. But later on, they're gonna apply this change where instead of the recommended, as it says over there, recommended rank of 33.99, it becomes a required rank. So let's say I have my Genti and it's at 30, I mean a 3000, a rank of 3000. Right now it would just show this play button as red, and I would get the warning like, hey, you're on the rank, you sure you want to try it? Yeah, sure. But the change that is coming, they changed that so that if it shows as red, you cannot do the race, period. It's prohibited. You need to be very close to the recommended rank. Like really, really close, and only then it lets you do it. And this becomes a problem because, for example, for certain cars like this, again, the Genti Aquilon, where it would take me forever to get the blueprints and maybe get it to the rank, I would still be able to do it, and maybe we'll encounter this in this particular season later on, this single player, this career season. But I can still try it. If I drive well enough and the AI is dumb enough, I should be able to do it. But once the change happens, you're completely locked out of that until you get the necessary blueprints and all of that nonsense. And for some cars, that is just such an impossibility that it's really annoying. So that's why I'm doing this before it's locked out, like that. And I did say that this change is happening in 2 seasons from now. So you might be thinking, then what is the hurry about to do it right now? If there's still a couple of seasons to go, well, the thing is that on the Switch, it's not unheard that apparently Nintendo has a very long process to approve. Hold on, I need to do more stunts. Oh, I missed the jump! Ah, my dumbass! I messed up this race. Jesus Christ. At least I'll get the stunts, but lost the race. Nintendo has a very annoying system where it takes forever for them to approve patches to games. And since this game has patches all the time, every other month, they end up in a situation where the seasons end up starting late because Nintendo did not approve the patch in time. So it seems that what Gameloft is doing nowadays is that they, in a single patch, they actually put all the stuff together from a couple of seasons so that, at least the frequency at which they release patches is, longer. Or, yeah, I think you know what I mean. So instead of doing it every other month, they do it every 4 months or so. Which honestly kind of makes sense. But the problem with this is why I'm doing this right now. Because I don't know, maybe if there's a new patch coming in the upcoming days, I don't know if it's just gonna be the patch for the Black Friday seasons, which only last 1 month, so it's very short. So I don't know if they will be doing that and, they're gonna be like, well, we're not gonna release another patch in a month time, so how about we merge this season, the upcoming season, the Black Friday season, and the festive season. In that way, we don't need to release yet another patch for that. It makes sense. But if they do that, I fear that is also gonna already include the changes of the festive season on the career. So that's why I'm doing this right now. Who knows if that's gonna be the case? I'm just preparing, just in case. You never know. They have been happy to make some peculiar changes in the Switch version of the game compared to Global, where they, for example, skip the entirety of European season just to align the seasons to the time of year. They also switched around when the Italian season happened, and they made it half as long. And because of that, I never had the chance to even try to unlock the SCB12. I don't know when that's coming, if it's coming at all. Oh, there it is. This is my what you call it, my roadblock. I cannot make any further progress in this season because I don't have the Bugatti Chiron. So there we go. That is as far as I get over here, unfortunately. And that's alright. This is a very long season, and it actually has some good rewards, like the epic import parts for the Genti. But yeah, unfortunately, without the Chiron, I can make no more progress. And that was indeed what I feared was going to be the case. But it's alright, I kind of need. Let me do the one race that I'm missing over here, because I can only do it with the Tryon Nemesis. I don't know. Oh, I remember. I didn't do this race before. I did a bunch of these races before I recorded these videos. I just didn't do that last one because I was without fuel at that point. So now that I have fuel for the car, might as well do it. So yeah, I really don't know what's gonna happen with the upcoming 2 seasons. That's what I'm just like, let's do it already and hope for the best. In the global version, I am precisely locked out of doing some races because I just don't have the cars at the required rank. And since I don't play the global version all that much anymore, I'm not even all that invested into upgrading the cars and all of that, or getting the blueprints, whatever. I really don't care too much about the global version, as you know. I mean, I haven't made it a secret that the global version, it's not let's say I have fallen out of love with the global version. Once I met the Switch, I couldn't look back. But I say that, and by the time I'm recording this, I am also recording in the global version. Probably you have already watched this if you watched those videos. I did some videos trying to see if I could get to the single blueprint that now is offered, the single guaranteed blueprint offered in multiplayer in MP1 for the Veneno. So I love the Veneno, so I want to upgrade that thing. But we'll see. Oh, okay, I'll take that. And speaking of Veneno, one good thing that is coming from the change that here on the Switch, one good thing that is coming with the change in the career is that they're gonna add Chapter 6. Right now we're in Chapter 5, and that's as far as it gets. They're gonna add Chapter 6, and in Chapter 6, they're gonna give a bunch of some blueprints for the Veneno. I don't know, like 20 blueprints, and later on in another patch season of the game, they include more blueprints for the Veneno, enough to unlock it. Which obviously I have already unlocked it here, but that amount of blueprints is still gonna be good to start it up in here on the Switch when that happens. So that is dope. I'll take it. So alright. Let's continue doing then some races in the elite races for Class S. In the previous video, I did the first race and I did it with my beauty, my beloved, the Yesco. I'm not gonna use it right now. Let's use something, other cars, you know, for the sake of variety. Now, this is exactly what I was talking about. Let's pretend I have no other Class S car for some reason and I only have the Lamborghini Centenario. You can see that I'm in red, meaning I'm underranked. And because I have disabled, it won't show up right now, but normally when you click play, it would, or I mean, you hit play, it would come up with a warning telling you like, hey, you're underranked, you sure? And you go like, yes, and that's it. But once the change happened, this is not gonna be the case. It's just gonna tell you, you need to upgrade your car until you reach whatever rank. So yeah, that is exactly what I was talking about. Granted, again, in this particular race, I have more than enough cars at higher ranks and all of that, but I'm just giving it as an example of how it's gonna work in the future and why I am so keen to finish this as soon as possible before the new patch drops, whenever that happens. I just gotta do a little bit of drift, should be fine. Now let's see if I can actually, normally with underranked cars, so long as you drive enough, you should still be able to win the race, because the AI isn't all that good. Over here on the Switch, we have the quick race mode in which you can select what track you want to race and all of that. You can select with how many AI you want to race against, and you can select the difficulty of the AI. Well, I've set it up to the highest difficulty and it's still pretty damn easy. But one thing worth mentioning over here is that I am driving a slow Class S car, so that could make a little bit of a difference. Because no matter how well you drive, if the AI is using considerably faster cars, you may really have a hard time. But sometimes. And also because I'm not extremely underranked for this race. If I was like 500 points underranked, then I assure you I would have much more troubles. And I wish that was one thing that they allowed you to do in the quick race mode in here. Because quick race mode, like I said, you can select the track, you can select the how many opponents and the difficulty. I wish they let you select which rank of opponents to race. In that way, you know, I said that the AI is easy, but like I just mentioned also, if you race with very underranked cars, it's gonna be pretty damn challenging. All right, I'm willing to push it again. Let's see if I can do it with being underranked by 100 and some points, 150 approximately. I wish you could select also against which rank you're gonna be racing. In that way, I could be like, okay, put me against cars of rank 4000 and I'm gonna be my car of 3500. Let's see how that goes. And then that would make it much more difficult, much more interesting, much more fun in my opinion. Unfortunately, that is not an option in Quick Race, and I don't think they will be adding something like that. The best that we can do is, again, in Quick Race, it has this mini sort of career. And it's something like 150 races, or I don't know, maybe 100 races with a required rank, but they let you use, as far as I remember, oh wow, what a jump. They allow you to use just about any car that you want. Under or over ranked is not a problem. So at least in that sense, you can have some fun like that. But I wish it really let you pick which rank you want to race against. Oh boy. Alright, we should be able to make it back. So why is there some echo in here? We're not under a tunnel. Probably when we go into this tunnel and get out, it will go back to normal. Tunnel. And there we go, we're back to normal. Yep. Alright, this is the make it or break it. Come on, come on! I'm sorry. I wanted to win that one clean, but the S-Park is much faster than my car, so I had to play a little dirty. It's all right. Against the AI, I don't feel bad. Doing that against player, that is where the BS is, but it's all good. So you see, it's doable going under ranked, and it's fun. It makes it so much more fun than if I just go over ranked and be like, oh, this is gonna be so easy. Well, what's the point then? All right, how about I use another car that is a little under ranked by like 120 points, my Terzo Milenio. Now, this is a considerably faster car. So I don't know that it'll give me that much trouble, but let's see. Let's see. And by the way, the difference between the career races like I'm doing right now and what I mentioned, the quick race mini career, is that over here in career, the regular standard career, they tell you can only use certain cars, these cars or from this pool. In the other one, they let you use what... Okay. Oh. This is bugging out. All right. Let's see if we can do this. I mean, I already spent 1 point of fuel over here. Which version of the race is this? Oh, I know. I think I know. Yeah. Then gonna do some drift. We're going in the part where there is a car very obnoxious. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah, I'm going touch drive, obviously, because I don't see otherwise what the hell I'm doing. But honestly, it kind of looks cool. Normally, you get much more garbled graphics when you're doing... when this bug happens. But right now we're just racing in the horizon over the sea. How about that? All right, I'm lost. Where are we in the race? Okay, I think I know. Oh, and I'm on the ranked on top of that. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to restart my Switch. This is a bug that does happen from time to time. It used to happen from time to time. It was relatively rare, but nowadays it happens much more often if you have had the Switch turned on for a little bit. It's very obnoxious. It gets fixed if you restart the console, so it's not a big problem. It's not like, oh my god, we have bricked my console or anything. Nothing like that, but... Alright, well, we tried and we failed miserably. It's all good. At least we got to race in over the sea. How about that? Alright, let me restart the Switch and I'll be back, hopefully with this thing fixed. Did I say I needed to restart the Switch? If I said that, I didn't mean that. I meant to say that I just needed to restart the game. Yeah, I don't know what I said, but there we go. Alright, so this is the exact same race after I have restarted the game. And guess what? It's working out. Yeah, so whenever you get this issue with the garbled graphics, all you gotta do is restart the Switch. In fact, if you're playing a whole bunch of multiplayer, because obviously when you're doing career, this is not a big problem, right? You just restarted and you just lost 1 fuel point, which would be annoying. Because, for example, this car with only 3 fuel points, yeah, you lost 1 of those, but fortunately, I have more fuel thanks to the Legend Pass and all of that nonsense, whatever. My point is that overall, at least in single player, you don't lose a whole lot, but in multiplayer, this is when it's annoying, because imagine you're in the top, in the higher echelons of multiplayer, and you're in a very important race, and because of this issue, you just lost, I don't know how much rank and all of that. So if you're playing a whole lot of multiplayer, my suggestion is restart the game often. Like, I don't know, every half hour or so, restart the console. Not the console, again, the game. You only need to close the game, open it again, and then just continue playing as you will. That is the solution to this. I mean, obviously the real solution would be for Gameloft to fix this, and hopefully they will. But for the time being, we just gotta find workarounds around the issue. Yeah, there you go. See, just like that, won the race. Beautiful. That is beautiful. All right. What else are we doing over here? Pharaoh's Games. All right, let's switch car now. Oh, you know what? I mean, I'm in the appropriate rank, so like I said, I normally don't like going. I like going more underranked for the sake of fun. But when I use my CN, I can hate it when I use my CN. It's the CN, a beauty. And if there's something to be said about the CN, it's an amazing car with the handling and all of that, but it's not very quick. So let's remember that. Well, if you use Perfect Nitro, it is considerably quick-ish. Still not very quick for a Class S, but at least it can put up a better fight. But going at top speed without Perfect Nitro, you're like, oh wow, this car would be okay for Class A and no more. But I've heard that this car, once it's fully maxed out, like you have it at its maximum star ranking and all of that, it is really amazing. I would imagine it's pretty much like, you know, like the Corvette Grand Sport in Class B, like the Vanda in Class A, where it's not a quick car at all. So 369, if I go with Perfect Nitro, 379, that's okay. When you have this car at Gold, I think it goes like 380 with normal Nitro, and Perfect is like 390 or something like that. Anyway, as I was saying, I think it's probably like those cars, you know? Really, really good handling, really good Nitro, good acceleration and all of that. It just suffers greatly from top speed, but you know that sometimes having good stats overall, except for the speed, sometimes that's good enough to win a bunch of races, just because. I've said it before, I'll say it again. As much as I hate so many things about this game, the design of the tracks is actually pretty dope, in the sense that it's got sections for top speed, it's got sections for handling. Like, you have a really fast car like the Yesco that I have now. That doesn't mean you're gonna be winning races, because no, what good is the Yesco if you're in the Caribbean, you know? So yeah, things like that. So that is, I might as well go down there. That is why I believe that this car, in spite of being slow, can still perhaps give some good results. Obviously not at the rank that I have it, because it's only 2 stars, and I think I'm already showing that it's damn slow. Don't get me wrong, Cian, I love you, but let's be honest. You're pretty slow right now. So, unfortunately, I don't think I'll really get to use this car much in multiplayer. Only, I guess, at the very, very, very start of the Legend League. But other than that, when will I be using this thing, you know? Too slow. All right, bunch of progress over there. Nice. Wait, we have been recording for 26 minutes already? How? Am I having that much fun? This isn't right, man. All right, let's do one more with my Cian. Because what a beauty this is. And, you know, I get to use my Cian. What's not to like about that? I work so hard. Not work so hard. Well, I mean, yeah. I grinded so much to get the tokens. I really don't even remember. I think I did it in a video, or maybe not. I don't remember. No, probably not. Who knows? But no, I think it was in a video. Whatever. I don't know how many tokens I had to spend to get my Cian. Too many. But I really, really wanted this car. I think it's my... At this point, I consider it my second favorite Lambo. First one, you know, it's the Veneno. Has been and will continue to be the Veneno. My second favorite is the Cian. So of course I wanted to have it in this game, and not so much just to have it, and not so much for multiplayer, because like I said, I knew that I was gonna get it at very low stars. I didn't know it was gonna be just 1, but hey, at 1 star. But at least I get to use it in quick race. So I get to race this car, I get to look at it, I get to listen to it, even though it doesn't sound amazing, just like pretty much any car in this game. But I get to use it over there. And that is actually why I don't care too much about the global version. Since the global version doesn't have a quick race or anything, I have this car and I can only use it 3 times, only in career and only within the races that allow Class S. And like I said, in quick race, it actually, you can do it in any track that you want, so long as it's in the list of tracks available, and as many times as you want. So of course I get to use this car as much as I want, and that is pretty dope. I like that idea. So yeah, there we go. All right, to finish this up, the last race I can do for this particular video, we are gonna use again my Path of the Wind. I don't know, is this a short race? Maybe. Let's go again with my Yesco, just because, come on, I just got it. Gotta use it. And look at that speed, 484. Compare that to my Cian. How much was the speed of my Cian? They're about the same rank right now. 355 at a rank of 3800. At a rank of 3800, 484. You see a bit of a difference there? It's ridiculous, but it's alright. That is indeed a problem with Class S. The difference in speeds are insane. Yeah, it's crazy. The jump is so high from the slowest to the fastest. For example, in Class B, which is the one that I can remember right now, the slowest Class B car, it's like 320. The fastest B class is like 380. So yeah, there's a big difference for sure, but it's not as crazy as this. The difference there is what, like 60 kilometers an hour, right? The difference here is what, 100 and some kilometers an hour. So yeah, a bit of a difference indeed. Oh, Jesus. Calculated. Now, I really need to learn how to drive this car, because I don't know how to drive the Trion Nemesis, which people said that is the poor man's Jesko. So now I have the Trion and the actual Jesko. And I don't know, I need to learn to drive these things, because even though they're super fast, that's not to say that they're easy to drive cars by any means. If you have this car, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't have it, then let me try to explain. Does it have a crazy top speed? Yes, but it's actually pretty difficult to try to get to that top speed because of acceleration, because of twisted tracks and all of that. So that is where the challenge on this cars lies, but I guess if you're good at it, you can do some amazing stuff with them. But that is where I'm gonna leave it for this video. You know what to do. If you enjoyed this, why don't you hit the like button? Also subscribe to the channel in case you haven't. And also join the House of Rooms, which is my Discord server. We talk about this game, the global version, also Asphalt 8 and other racing games and whatnot. So check it out. But that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody, and stay safe. Bye-bye.